Welcome, coaches. This is the premiere video for the Android version of my app, Football Formations. Here we're looking at Android simulator, the Pixel 9 Pro simulator. Let's dive in on our quick start right away here. And the first thing we need to do is add a team. Go with my favorite Strikers team. U12 boys, and let's make that a 9v9 and hit save. We've got no players and no games, so before we can add a game, we need to have a team, and we also need to have at least one player on that team. So let's go here and add a player. We can use the button up here in the top right hand corner, or this little red plus here next to the roster. And my son's name, Cosmo, number 9. He likes to play center, attacking mid. Save new player. I should mention that once you add a team and you select a team, you'll be able to change the jersey color. The default is red. So let's say I want to make this team blue. It's as easy as that. Just horizontally scroll and then select a jersey color. And let's also select Cosmo's photo. There we go. And we have our first player on our roster for the team Strikers. And it says Striker. Let's make that S for Strikers. U12 boys, that looks good. So now we have the Strikers, U12 boys, 9v9 with subs. I want to display substitutes on my lineup, and I've got one player. I should also mention while we're on this view, to delete a team, there's a trash can here on the right hand side, but it's grayed out. And there's a note down here: to delete a team, you must first delete all the players and games associated with that team. So I don't have any games, but I do have one player. I would need to remove that player before I could delete this team. Let's do that. So there's a little trash can here. You're going to get a confirmation. Do we want to delete Cosmo? Yes, let's delete Cosmo. Can go back, and now I could also delete this team. Let's delete the Strikers team. We get a confirmation here. We're sure we want to do that. Can cancel, but let's confirm. Yes, let's delete. Let's add another team, one of my other favorites in the English Premier League, Liverpool. And let's say this is the under 21 boys, 11v11. I didn't mention before, but this is the toggle. So if you want to display substitutes, you could toggle that on or off. I almost always do want to display the substitutes. Okay, and let's add our first player. Well, we can change the color first, although Liverpool's red, so let's leave it on red. And we'll add Cosmo again here, number 9, center attacking mid, save player, choose his photo. Let's choose this other one that he has. Okay. All right, so we've got a team with one player on it. Let's go back, and with that, we can now add a game. So we have upcoming, past, or all. So let's add a new match. We only have one team, so it's automatically selected for us. If there was another team here, we would have to we'd select the team we want to add the game for. Now for the date and time, you're not going to click on the text. You're actually going to click the icon, which is going to open the date picker. And let's open the time picker, and let's do 10 a.m. Notice the save button here is grayed out. If we wanted to cancel, we could hit the back button here. But save is grayed out because we need to enter an opponent. So we'll put in Brighton here, and this will be at West Park on field 5. Are we the home team or away team? Let's say that we're the home team. And then what formation do we want as our default? Let's go with the 3-4-3 diamond midfield, and we hit save. And now we have a game. I noticed I have a typo here. Brighton is actually with an O. So I can tap here and come in and fix that typo. And let's change the location to Anfield. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So the next thing we want to do is our lineup. So the default formation when we added the game was 3-4-3 diamond. That's fine. But we might want to play some other type of formation lineup, and we might want to customize it. So we're going to go back here and go down to formation templates. Here's the 3-4-3 that we've got selected, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. It looks good. I'm not going to make any changes to it. But let's say I also want to play maybe a 3-4-2-1. So here is the default 3-4-2-1. Now you can drag and change these positions around just like that. And if you end up creating a kind of a mess like I did, you can reset it. So we can tap on reset here. There's a confirmation. Are you sure you want to reset the formation? Your customizations will be lost, so we can cancel. But yes, let's reset. Things go right back. Let's say I want to, the left mid here, I just want to scoot that player out to the left a little bit more. So what I did to do that is I did a long press on the jersey, and I can use the nudge buttons here. And let's go, it's in rounded off to 5 measurements, left, right, up, down. So we're just going to go over 2 to the left, and we're going to make this one also 2 to the right. So our left and right midfielders are just moved out just a little bit more, width. So I like that. And that customization, you can come into any of these templates for any game size here. Select the formation and long press. Let's nudge this one up a little bit. Y -15. Let's do that as well here. And make these little adjustments so you get the exact layout that you want. But I try to, give you guys a great starting point. These formations should really, honestly, they look really good with their defaults. But as you can see, you can tailor each of these templates. And you want to do that before you add the formation to a game lineup. That way, the changes the customizations that you make for formation will be applied when you add that formation to a game. So if we come back into our games here, and here we have our lineups down here. When you add a game by default, whatever your default lineup is, it's going to add one lineup for you. So this is something the iPhone app does not do. You can actually delete this lineup, and now you don't have a lineup at all. And you can tap that. It's going to have our 3-4-3 by default, but I want to use the 3-4-2-1 that I customized. Let's add that, and let's assign players. So you just single tap. I only have one player. This is my starter and sub. That's just the default placeholder. So I'll select Cosmo there and hit done, and he's now assigned to that position. So I think I need to add a few more players here to make this a little more interesting. So I'm going to go back, players, and I'm going to add myself, Brant. And I was always number 12, and I like to play striker. And I actually have an old photo of myself when I was like 12 years old. And let's add another player, Jason. Say this is our goalkeeper, number 1 goalkeeper, save. I should mention the green shield here with the check box. This is player availability. So when I add a player or edit a player, I can toggle that player availability. So this is our center back. I'll hit save new player. So by default, the player is assumed to be available, but what I can actually do here is edit a player at any time, and I can unselect that availability there, and they get a grayed out shield icon indicating that they're not available. Maybe they're sick or out of town or whatever the circumstances might be. So now I'm going to go back to my game, tap to open my match lineup, and tap again, and here we can see our players. Henry is not available. Again, the grayed out icon there, shield icon, it's not green. There we go. I'm going to assign myself into the striker position. Let's assign our goalkeeper. I believe that was, yeah, Jason. All right, and you would just keep going. Okay, next let's look at game management. Some of you may have noticed that the stopwatch is already running. So I'm going to pause that. I could continue that clock. So you could pause during, say, halftime, or for any other reason you need to pause time, you can pause. You can also reset, and there's a confirmation for that to make sure, in case you accidentally hit it, it didn't just reset it to 0 and you lose the time. And there's a confirmation to make sure that you could cancel. So we're going to reset back to 0. Let's say our game starts. So time is now running. Match stats. Right now, we don't have any. So we're going to open our lineup. So this is where understanding some of the gestures like dragging, tapping come into play here. And then there's swiping up and down. So if I swipe up, oops, I did a long press. I got to do it a little quicker. When I swipe up, I'm going to open the player stats for Cosmo, who's assigned to this left attacking mid position. The clock freezes when I do this, and I can say that Cosmo committed a foul. I can hide that. Now, if I had a substitute, I could swipe down to open the player stats for the substitute. What do we have here? Unassigned position. You can't add stats for a player if in that position, if they're not assigned to that position. So let's actually assign a sub. We'll assign Henry as the sub. So now we have Cosmo as the starter. Henry is the substitute. I swipe up, I get player stats for Cosmo. Let's say I sub in Henry for Cosmo, so now Henry is on the field. I swipe down, and let's say Henry takes a shot on goal. If I swipe up on this one, I'm going to get that message, no players assigned. I swipe down, no players assigned. I swipe up, Brandt's there, and let's say goal. And our goalkeeper, Jason, down here, we could also have made a save. So swiping up will open this player stat for the starting player assigned to the position, and swiping down will open it for the substitute. Let's go back, and we should see, now we have some match stats. 1 goal at 1 minute 46 by Brandt, shot on goal at 1:21 by Henry, 1 foul at 31 seconds by Cosmo, and 1 save by Jason at 1:56. And time is still running. I can go back, all the way back to the home screen. I could go make a change to my team, maybe my player, something like that. Let's actually go see the player stats. So there's match stats and there's player stats. So where are those? So if I go to Cosmo, these are player stats just for Cosmo, and it's going to record the game that it was against, so versus Brighton, on which date. And eventually, let's say you have 8 games in your season, the player stats will be the cumulative stats for all 8 games of the season. And assuming the player played in all these games, um, yeah, there could be quite a list here of all their goals, all their shots on goal, or how many fouls they committed during the entire season over the course of 8 games. So that is pretty cool, and I think that about wraps it up for this first demo of the Android version of the app. Just like on the iPhone, the app info here, this is really helpful to go to gestures, and it will explain the single tap, the swipe up and down opens player stats, the long press for the alignment tool or deleting a lineup, and then you can drag, of course, as well. So there's information about that and the version of the app that you're using. This is the 2026.15 version of the Android app. And I think that is about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps you decide if this app is something you want to purchase. All right, guys. Aloha.